Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of Okay Sweet Dreams. This is our midnight snack. I'm here with Don. How are you today?
I'm good. What did you bring us today, Breen?
So something kind of crazy happened. I'm going to first tell you the details and then we can kind of get into what the conspiracy theories are. So, yesterday, a bridge in Baltimore was struck by a boat with all of the shipping containers on it. It was the Francis Scott Key Bridge and it collapsed. There are about 6 or 7 people that are presumed dead, cars that were on the bridge and stuff like that. And what happened, allegedly, this is the story that the media is going with. The cargo ship apparently lost power and therefore couldn't steer, couldn't stop, and struck one of the structure points of the bridge, causing the bridge to collapse completely. The entire length of the bridge just started falling into the river. There were cars and construction crews and stuff working on it at the time, so they were sending out some search and rescue. Some people have been presumed dead because obviously they might not have recovered them yet, but there's not a high chance that they will be recovered alive. And so, if you want to take a look at the video, we can put it in here. Check this out. So, what's so suspicious to me? Okay, I get that if they lost power, maybe they didn't have control of certain aspects of the ship, but it looks like it steers into it. It doesn't seem like it was just
It does look intentional because it seems it's actually taking some sort of a U turn.
the main conspiracy theory that people are having right now terrorist attack. Okay. That's totally fair. One that I kind of homebrewed on my own is insurance claim.
Insurance claim for the city or for.
So there was a conspiracy theory back in the day that the Titanic wasn't actually the Titanic that sank. That they had swapped out boats because they knew that they could get an insurance claim for the value of the Titanic. And I'm just wondering if this bridge was outdated and old and if there was some sort of like financial incentive, not necessarily to repair it, but if there was some sort of claim that they could make.
Honestly, I knew that old bitch would lie. I believe this conspiracy theory. That bitch was lying in the movie. It wasn't even the Titanic. However, about this video, it does seem to me that it steered there intentionally. And if you lose power, how would the boat takes a U-turn? Because it does look like it took a U-turn, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's suspicious for sure.
It is very
And
suspicious.
people are coming out and saying like old time, outdated, antiquated architecture versus, this modern cargo ship.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Do we know what kind of a state the bridge was in? Did it need a renovation? Would have the renovation cost more than building a new bridge? Because
Yeah.
sometimes I can see a city pooling something like that.
That's my theory. That's the theory that I had mentioned earlier, that maybe there was a financial incentive, not necessarily to make repairs, and that it would be
Mhm.
very expensive to build a new bridge just, out of pocket. But if there was some sort of insurance claim for an accident, maybe it's looking a little
Yeah.
bit more viable because it's just very suspicious to me. But there's a lot of misinformation anytime a story like this happens. There's a lot of conspiracy theories that start buzzing around. But one thing that is interesting to me is I read somewhere, and like I said, it's hard to verify these things, but I read somewhere that there was a construction crew that was doing repairs on the bridge. So it kind of lends to the idea that maybe that it was structurally unsound and they were doing some work anyway. So that just kind of my personal theory is that maybe it's the financial incentive. I don't know about the terrorist attack. You'd take out a bridge as a terrorist attack. I don't know.
It could be a terrorist attack, but which country people think is involved in this? Are they blaming China or Russia?
I don't know.
Probably both. I was just wondering, is it China or Russia this time? But and 6 people died, you said?
That was the count that I last saw, yeah. Watching the video, again, we're just before we wrap it up here, watching the video, you can see that the power on the cargo ship does flicker. It does go out. But how did it turn? How did it do a U-turn like that? That's the question at the end of the day. I'm so sorry for the people that lost their lives, whether it was a conspiracy theory situation or if it was just a horrible accident. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. Like, what are your thoughts?
Okay, sweet dreams.
Okay, sweet dreams.